Hello and welcome to my weekly video blog, and today I'm going to talk about emotional fatigue and how it can affect you in the perimenopause and menopause. If you like my tips and advice, then please subscribe and remember to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of all my new videos. So we know that physical fatigue is one of the most common perimenopause and menopause symptoms, and the majority of women will experience it at some point. So it can be just symptoms like low energy, you can be physically sluggish, you find that your muscles are sore. So fatigue can have a huge impact on your emotional and your physical self. So it can sort of drain you, it can debilitate you, but we can also have what's called emotional fatigue. So today I'm going to look at this one, I'm going to look at the symptoms and what you can do to help yourself. So one of the reasons we get fatigue is just the fact that all these physical changes are going on inside our bodies. We can be like ducks on a pond, outside we can be all calm and collected, but inside our body is moving like all those little ducks' feet. If we're also doing all the things that we normally do physically, so we're working, we're looking after family, we're multitasking, we're trying to do, we're trying to be superwoman basically. So as well as the physical fatigue, this can also impact us emotionally. So the symptoms here for emotional fatigue are things like you can just feel drained emotionally. It's like you've got nothing else to give. You've lost your feelings for your partner, for your friends. You find family are just totally irritating. You can't give anything back. You might feel that your emotions in all sorts of different ways are low. And we have a hormone called oxytocin, which is a hormone that, it's for cuddling, it's for feeling lovey-dovey, if you like. And if we lose that, then that can affect our relationship with absolutely everything. And we know that low estrogen can impact on our levels of oxytocin here. We also can have low mood. We might be totally unmotivated or have lack of motivation. So you might find that you don't find joy in anything. You don't want to exercise. You don't want to go out with friends. You literally just want to run away and hide and just not be with anybody or do anything at all. You may find you're very lethargic or bored, tearful. The crying is often an indication of this one. And you might find that you're just totally overwhelmed by everything, what's going on in your own life, but also at the minute, all the things that are going on around the world that are impacting us in many, many different ways. You might find that it's very much negative thinking, you're struggling to focus, you lack creativity. You may be one of these people that are very artistic, either physically or emotionally, if you like, in writing or painting or doing things like that. And you may find that your creativity has just completely disappeared. So it's a horrible symptom because it affects us in all sorts of different ways that can have huge impacts on our emotional well-being and how we feel about ourselves. So what can you do to help yourself here? The really important thing is, as with most symptoms, is to eat well. Remember, all of those physical changes that are going on require a huge amount of energy from your body. So the more nutrients you can give your body, the less of a struggle it's going to have. And that can help with all symptoms here. Make sure you eat little and often as well to keep your blood sugars regulated. If your blood sugars go haywire, which is really common in the perimenopause and menopause, then that can have a huge impact on your mood and on your energy. Literally within seconds, you can be fine 1 minute and the next minute, everything quickly goes downhill. So it's really important to eat well and have those little healthy snacks in between meals. Remember the water, because dehydration will affect your nervous system very, very quickly. We know that dehydration affects brain function. It can affect your nervous system. So it's a really important one here. And I can never stress how simple drinking water is and how big an impact it can have on your symptoms. So it's so worth trying. Exercise regularly. It is important, but I do realize with this one, if your motivation's gone, if you're physically fatigued, you know, the thought of going to the gym or dance classes or anything is just, it's too much. In that situation, just a short walk, 10 or 15 minutes a day, just to get outside, to get into the fresh air, and just to get your body and heart moving. If 10 minutes a day is all you can manage, that is so much better than nothing at all. And it's really going to help just to keep your circulation going too. You can look at magnesium. Again, for those of you that have been watching for a long time, magnesium is needed for so many things again. So, and you know, magnesium is just great for mood altogether. So you can go for magnesium rich foods in your diet. Just Google and you'll get a really good comprehensive list. Or you can try our new perimenopause balanced mineral drink, which contains magnesium. So this also contains other nutrients that can help to support the perimenopause in 10 different ways, including helping to reduce tiredness and fatigue. If you want to top up your magnesium levels, which I do recommend if you're really struggling emotionally, if your periods are starting to tail off or they've stopped altogether, then you can look at our menopause support. This contains magnesium and also soya, isoflavones, and hibiscus. The other thing is, take time to relax. This is going to help your body and your mind. That 30 minutes me time, this is vital. It's not a luxury. So make sure that you can do things like meditations, mindfulness, deep breathing. Really, really important. When your motivation goes, sometimes what you need is something new. And I know I get so many people coming to me saying that there are things they used to do many, many years ago that they loved, and because of work and a busy life, these things have gone. So maybe if there was something you loved doing a long time ago, then maybe pick that one up again, and you might find that that gives you a lovely little emotional boost when you do something that you really, really love. If you're getting the low moods, you can look at the herb hypericum, but, and this is a big but, this is not recommended if you are on any other prescribed medications, including HRT. Put yourself first. Again, so important. If you are physically, emotionally, and mentally drained, how can you look after other people? You can't. So you need to look after yourself first. I have a lovely little motto, which is, don't do today what you can do tomorrow. And I find it really helpful. And this has stood me in good stead for so many years. I might be coming home from work and think, oh, the whole house needs hoovering. And I'm just thinking, I'm too tired to do it. So what I do is I think, what's going to benefit me the most in this moment? Clean carpets or 30 minutes of relaxation and me time. I can do the hoovering tomorrow, but today I need that little bit of me time. So, hopefully you might find this little saying helpful for yourself too, just to put everything into perspective. So I hope you found this one helpful. It really is very, very common. So if you get to that stage, again, don't beat yourself up if you find that you really don't want to do anything. Very often it's just one of those phases that you go through and you ease out of. But if you're really struggling either physically or emotionally, and you find that you just can't get back on your feet, then please do go and just talk to your doctor about this. So if any of you out there have experienced any of these situations, What have you done to change things? What have you found has really helped you to feel that little bit better? Please share your stories. I love reading them. We all do. And sharing them can help somebody else along the line as well. So until then, I will see you next week for another good subject. So take care.